Hey, it's Robert here from robertcbrown.online. I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are in the world today. Now, today's video is all about the question, what is failure? Interesting question, because failure is subjective, the same as success. Success, by the way, is a subject we'll be dealing with in a separate video, because that needs a video all of its own, as you can imagine. But what is failure? What is failure for you? Well, as I said, it's subjective. It's whatever it means to you. That's the important thing. It's whatever label you're attaching to the word failure, to the thought of failure, and how that label and the meaning attached to that label makes you feel, because what that does is either empowers you to be more or disempowers you. So you're in a place where you can't do anything to change stuff. Now, here's the thing, some very important kind of world-changing people in the past have had a very, very unique and powerful way of looking at failure. You see, they don't see failure as the end, like, okay, I failed, that's it, it's not going to work. They just see every failure as another necessary stepping stone towards the objective or the outcome that will work. They don't see it as the end. They just use it as a means of identifying another way that won't work, which moves them closer to the way that will. Edison adopted this approach when it came to creating the light bulb. Colonel Sanders, believe it or not, kind of had a very similar approach in his 70s when all he had to sell was a chicken recipe. And I think it was somewhere in the order of around about 1,009 no's that he went through before he got the first restaurant to say yes to using his chicken recipe and paying him a royalty on it. So what I'm getting at here is, there is no such thing as failure unless you see it as the end, as this won't work. It's only a stepping stone to the way that will. And by the way, every time you identify another way that won't work, it makes you stronger. Every time you fall down, take the skin off your knees and get back up, you learn from the experience. And it's unlikely to happen to you again, so you become stronger. You become. Be. You see the formula, be, do, have. You have to become first before you can do things to change your circumstances. And that will see different things show up in your world, which of course is the have part. But you have to focus on the being first. That's the foundation for everything. All change that you want to see happen in your life starts with the work you do on yourself. Because if you ignore this, then you will self-sabotage on some level. On some level, you'll get to a point where you'll go, I don't feel worthy, I'm not capable of doing this, whatever it is for you, and you will then struggle. And then you'll be having to work on your inner conversation with a subject of fear and failure, because those are the things that you're going to live with every day. So you need to go to work on yourself, and little conversations like this, just to stir up the thought process for you about what does failure mean to you? What is it to you? I'm suggesting to you right here and now that you can make a massive positive leap forward in your life if you can adopt a different way of looking at failure. Reframe it. See it as a necessary step towards where you ultimately want to get to. One step nearer that success that you're looking to achieve, rather than the end, because that is demoralizing and that will steal your future. Okay? Okay, I've enjoyed making this video. I'm going to keep it quite short. I want you to go away and think about this, and maybe take some time to think about the different ways that you actually think about failure right now, how you thought about it in the past, and maybe how it's affected how you've reacted and the actions you've taken as a result. And maybe then think about how those outcomes might have been different if you'd have adopted this new approach of seeing it as something that is empowering you to move towards what it is that you want to be your ultimate outcome. Instead of the end of your dreams, it's moving you actually one step closer to them. It's tremendously powerful. Just think of things that have happened to you, reframe them and think, how would this have turned out maybe if I'd have thought about it this way then? And you'll be surprised what shows up for you. Anyway, I've enjoyed making this video for you. If you've enjoyed the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and you'll get notified every time I do one of these. Now, also before I go, if you love all things personal development, business development, and basically all things about growing a successful business and a successful life, but having it centered around the way you want to live. In other words, not sacrificing your quality of life in the process, then get over to my website, robertcbrown.online, robertcbrown.online. Join my community over there. We'd love to see you there too, and we'll dig even deeper on this stuff. With that said, have a great rest of your day. Catch you soon.